Welcome back to another episode of the Dead Lemons podcast. Here with Jan and myself. No
Matt.
Special guests.
No retards.
No. Well, there's still us two, I suppose.
No third retard.
We missed out another one last week. It is what it is. Our apologies. We also tried getting one out at the normal time, but we came across some audio. Ironic. Fixable. So that one is...
Again, they don't have to know that.
Hey, man. Let them know. No one. Anyways. Yeah, so... Jan?
I would ask you the update of the week, but I already know.
That's true. We've been through all of this already.
So we'll just begin with what wasn't caught on camera caught camera. There is no camera. What wasn't caught on the recording the first time was our clinks.
Oh, yes.
Honestly, I forgot the taste of this.
Did you?
Yeah. And I remember being incredibly...
So before we do this, I know we already clinked. We are drinking a new whiskey. I'm going to try to do that every week, or every podcast at least. This one is called Kamiki, which is whiskey finished in Japanese cedar casks.
What's wood in Japanese?
I don't know. I forgot. I used to know. I don't know anymore. But, yeah, it's supposed to be interesting. We paid not a ridiculous amount for this.
We paid an amount that we can actually get a decent bottle of Hibiki with.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's 48% though, so that's nice.
Yeah. Well, you know how much Harmony is?
Harmony is about like 43, 45.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That 48%, it's just, I feel like it's just 48% wood.
Here's the thing.
Shoved down your throat, pretty much.
You said you forgot, even though you seem to remember.
Let's
have a sip.
I remember being woody. Okay. Maybe because we let it dilute more?
Oh, yeah. But definitely wood.
Oh, it's still there.
As I mentioned...
Yeah, it's still there.
In the possibly scrapped episode already.
Oh, it's deleted. I'm not fucking messing with that.
If you are a person who's into wood and all things wood related, this is fabulous...
You mean a termite?
Yeah. This would be a fabulous whiskey for you.
This is the whiskey for termites, by the way.
We have this undiluted. No,
it's diluted.
No, I'm saying the first time.
Oh, the first time.
And that was...
Holy jeez.
That was harsh. That was something that I can't even describe. Flavor-wise, though, like I said, it's not the worst thing I've ever had. But for, $80? I feel like this one definitely not on the top list of mine or yours.
Do you know it was $80? Probably just the packaging.
The packaging wasn't even that cool. It was just a nice looking box.
I mean,
but it was like a cardboard box.
To be fair, we did fall for it.
We did. But we're trying to make these...
All I recall was, ooh, samurai swords.
No, the samurai sword wasn't a realization until we got in the car, remember?
Well, that's what I saw.
Yeah, I was like,
I saw the samurai sword, and I was like, oh.
Well, then you're a loser. Anyways, not terrible, but not for that price. So, for those of you who are
whiskey
not
lovers
into very woody flavored whiskeys, we would recommend to stay away from Kamiki. Yes. Anyways, Jan, I know that we already went through that. Oh, well, wait a minute. We could touch on it a little bit.
On what?
So for me, I got promoted. I know you know this, but I'm just saying. I know
this already.
It's not for you, it's for them.
They don't care.
Got promoted. Okay, shut up. I haven't even been there a month. I got promoted, so yay. And then motorcycle coming in, hopefully, in the next few days. So
probably don't care, but okay.
I know, I'm just saying. What about your stupid little round face idiot? I'm just trying to be mean now.
I know. I say the same thing.
So what's going on with you? You got some cool stuff?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
Stop being
not
a cunt.
Really.
Just say it.
No, I just rather not divulge it.
No, you're stupid idiot.
Yeah.
Well, one thing... Okay, well, I'm just going to divulge all your stuff for you then.
No, don't do that.
Okay.
I'm going to hit
Jan is finally getting his first gun.
Oh, is that what you wanted me to say?
Well, at least something. Give them something. After waiting for, a month and a half?
Oh, dude, you know what? 2 months, technically. Because remember, I bought it in the beginning of June.
Was it June, really?
It was June 8 when I looked at the date.
Wow. Jan's been waiting for his gun for around 2 months.
It's a 2 month.
That's
It's gonna
insane.
be. It's not. It's gonna be longer because I don't have it yet. It's just a
Yeah.
background check.
Yeah, Jan
Which is
decided to
surprising.
buy his first gun during one of the worst stinking gun shortages of all time.
One of the worst sticking gun shortages of all time, because of the worst turbulent period of our generation.
Yep. Riots and coughing.
But you know what? I did put a substitute for the gun just in case. I did buy myself a decent Kershaw just in case.
Ooh, what are you gonna do? Throw it at them?
Hopefully. No, at least I can just whip it out and be like, ah.
You can't stop me. I have a blade.
Yeah. Well, it's something, okay? At least I have something. It was that or just carry the samurai swords, the dulled samurai swords I have.
Yeah, your display samurai swords.
Yeah, now they know.
They're still pointy at least.
Oh, man. Well, anyways, let's jump right to it. Eh?
Let's just jump into it, guys.
So it's funny that you were mentioning the beauty of Asian women earlier. And
When do I not?
yeah, I know, when do you not? But, you know, the funny thing is I did have a quote for you in a little section I want to call Cringe Not Cringe.
Oh.
And the funny thing is, I wasn't going to use it, but you seem to just put yourself in that position already.
That happens often.
Yeah. So, random neckbeard quote of the day. You know, a little Reddit page.
Why it's gotta be neck? I don't get. Not that bad, but go ahead.
I saw it this morning
Mm.
while I was waiting to take my fluoro exam.
Oh, divulging information.
And no one knows what fluoro is. They think flowers. Anyways, I saw the quote and I said, that'd be kind of funny just to bring up in a conversation, in a podcast maybe. And then, you know, ironically, you did bring it up, you know, the way you are.
Okay.
So here's a neckbeard quote that I found today. It's quote unquote, "Why are tiny uncurved Asian girls so sexually irresilient?" I screw it. I gotta say it in straight face. Okay, here, one more time. Why are tiny uncurved Asian girls so sexually irresistible to us heterosexual gentlemen?
Oh my god. No, not that bad. I'm not that bad.
You sure, buddy? You were going off on a rant earlier, like, I don't understand. Why are they so cute?
They're gorgeous, is what I said. Okay.
See, even
but
worse.
I not
worse.
refer to myself as a gentleman. Also, I don't like non-curve. There needs to be curve, otherwise you might as well be a guy.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, might as well be a guy.
No, I do remember in public, you know, being at round one, you're like, there's nothing there, but she's still damn cute.
Well, because then that has to do with personality, because they're there.
No,
Listen, it was a Friday night when most girls would be out clubbing and getting drunk and doing a bunch of crazy stuff.
No.
Meanwhile, cute Asian girl spending hours on a Friday night at a freaking arcade.
No.
Yes. Okay.
No. I don't know about personality. All I saw was her just sweating on the DDR dance floor. That's all I saw.
Oh, that one.
Well, one
yeah.
of many.
Yeah. No.
You know
she
what?
had some curve. It was just not much.
You know what?
But
If I recall the night, several occasions you would point things out, and I just lost count.
Dude, anytime we go to freaking round one arcades, I point things.
Yeah. Of course, that's where I met my body double.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah. But
you are not an individual, sir. That's all I can say.
You're the one who's not an individual.
That's me talking in the third person myself.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah, that's the.
But I'm definitely not a neckbeard.
That's the neckbeard quote of the day.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate the encouragement.
No, that's couldn't help but think about you for that one, honestly.
Yeah, well, okay. Thanks.
Did I ruin the mood?
I feel hurt, but also I feel like I'm having a self-revelation.
Yeah, dude. That it was the quote that it was a random Twitter quote. It was just like, you know, hyphen neckbeard, random neckbeard. That's what really made me laugh. Oh, neckbeards.
Whatever, man.
Anyway, speaking of simps.
Great, thanks. Yeah, simp. Okay, go ahead.
We want to talk about simps.
No, let's talk about simps, Jan.
You want to talk about simps?
Yeah.
No, I did bring up simps.
You broke up with me for 4 years for a woman.
Oh, gosh. God, You're a woman sometimes, I swear.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
I
it's
would make the best woman there ever.
No, you
walked,
wouldn't.
that ever
You'd
walked
be that
by.
crazy Hispanic bitch outside the window.
Oh, why'd I gotta be Hispanic? I thought I could pick my own race as a woman.
No.
No, race isn't a societal construct.
That pinche pendejo left me. I'm gonna fucking cut his balls off. So I just think that way. Anyways, Simps.
Quite accurate. Anyways, continue.
It wasn't a good one.
Simps, go ahead.
Yeah, Simps. So, Davey 504. What do you think?
Yes. Davey 504.
You know the funny thing is, I did see the other channel. What's it called? Anime Base Me.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it's either because you obviously Japanese are very talented people.
Yes.
Being kids or actually really attractive women who can shred guitar way better than me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, she's probably one of them. But at the same time, you're like, that's a dude. Show your face. But you know what? He did it so like. What I'm looking for. Do
you want to at least touch on who Davey 504 is for people who might not know?
Oh yeah, he's just was he French? He sounds like he's French.
No, he's Italian.
He's Italian?
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
You uncultured swine.
He sounded French to me. Anyways, I just think the eyes are just dead, like most French people are. When they see Americans, especially.
Because they give up living as soon as they're born.
Yeah, I mean, come on, their form of martial arts is called parkour, the art of running away. Yeah. Anyways, okay, he's Italian. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Bass player.
Fairly
decent bass player.
Decent? Do you think he's decent?
I don't know. I'm not trying. He only plays one genre for the most part, but he's really damn good at it.
I guess I can see what you mean, but you know what? If we're gonna talk about technicality and musicianship, then that guy is a shredder on bass.
Yeah, no, he's great.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, decides to do actually troll the simp community by dressing up as an anime bass woman. Just
not anime, or an Asian girl,
I guess, who just happened to call the YouTube channel Anime Base Me.
Yeah. Just
to troll the simp community for like 4 or 5 years, I believe.
Yeah, he had the account up he created it 5 years ago and then started recently posting videos. And it was actually pretty damn brilliant. He pulled that off pretty dang well. If you guys haven't seen the video, we would definitely recommend checking it out.
I mean, dude, but like he pulled it off because he did two things that would, like, from my personal opinion, can tell when someone's a dude. You hide the Adam's apple with a turtleneck, and then you hide the wrists with long sleeves.
Yeah, well, not just the wrist, but his fingers as well. Like, you could only see very little bit
the tips.
Of the fingers, yeah.
Because if I saw the actual hand, like, dude, that's a dude.
Yeah.
Those fingers are like...
And he also did a smart thing, because he wore a skirt, but he also wore skin-colored leggings.
I know.
So... He did pretty good. And he's a slender guy, so,
yeah, good for him. Actually, better figure than most women these days, at least. Especially American women.
What?
Louisiana women, I'm sorry.
You okay?
Yeah.
You want to admit anything?
So what? You trying to call me gay?
I don't know, Jen. Are you trying to call yourself gay?
No, I'm making
a
comment.
He had a better body than most.
And then I added Louisiana women.
I don't know, bro. Seems a little suspect.
Well... Suspect.
Anyways,
no, I'm straight as hell.
I'm straight as a udon noodle. But yeah, no, that was a great video. I love Davey 504. It's great. He just have you ever seen Two Set Violin?
I think I have.
Yeah, they're
what specific video are you talking about?
Well, he's been having a little back and forth with them because they're violinists. So
does he play violin?
He does not know.
Oh.
They talk some trash about violin, and then he says they talk trash about bass. But he talk crap about violin, and it's been going back and forth. Well, he just recently put out a video where they did a bass violin battle. Dude, that music that they made is actually pretty freaking dope.
I haven't seen it yet. Gotta watch. Is it recent?
It's like, if I'm not mistaken, it's his most recent.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it. I haven't checked it out. Yeah. I mean, I've been kind of distracted by the whole fact that, believe it or not, Mr. Dr. Disrespect is back on YouTube.
He is.
Were you ever a fan of his?
I was. I wasn't like not watching him on the daily or anything.
No,
but,
of course, neither was I.
I do like him. He seems like a pretty interesting guy.
He's different from other streamers, which I
and I like his persona. It's pretty dope.
I mean, it's hilarious how like people just take him so damn seriously. Like this is actually him. Like no, he's playing a damn character, man.
Yeah, people don't know the difference anymore.
Yeah. Like they also did a deep dive on his he always just calls himself like the 2-time blockbuster world video game champion. When in reality that wasn't really a thing. It's just a shtick that he seems to stick with.
Yep. But yeah, he's finally back after the whole Twitch ban. It's a mysterious Twitch ban.
Do you think Twitch is going overboard with their banning?
They've been overboard. Even before they started banning people, they've been overboard. Because they show a complete and obvious bias.
Where does that bias come from, though?
Simping.
So you think simping?
I think so.
I think it's kind of like...
I think it's a mix of simping and business. Because it's forever, since the dawn of the woman body, sex sells. And the appearance.
Yeah, there's a site called Pornhub. Come on, guys.
Oh, there's a whole lot of other sites.
Oh, boy.
But...
like, go to that site. Why do you have to be on Twitch?
Yeah, well... Listen, I'm not going to bash it necessarily. There is something there when it's not just full on and in your face. There's something intriguing about the suspense, if you will. But the issue, though...
I mean, I've heard stories of men just, like, burning their savings through, like, random...
Yeah, and that's the whole... that's well, I guess that's actually technically a different topic.
So,
but,
like, like, the hypocrisy. It's like...
Yeah, the thing
you're going to let
like,
these people be on your platform, but you're going to ban a guy for no reason?
Right,
but keep in mind, I have no idea why I got banned.
They've had many controversies in the past where a guy will do something on accident, and it usually has nothing to do with nudity. Usually, a lot of them had to do with, like, fans or people in the chat. Linking to something or whatever. They don't know what the hell the link is. And whatever. And it's a split second, and then they try to get rid of it, but then they still get in trouble. Where a lot of these e-thoughts on there, don't tell some of those girls that I said thought, because a lot of them get offended. But, a lot of these e-thoughts on Twitch, they'll, be straight up, full on nudity, basically. Like they've had, a bunch of quote unquote wardrobe malfunctions when you can tell like no, that was set up, and just even just
on the webcam,
or just even the very very minimal amount of clothing that they wear, or the very revealing amount of clothing that they wear, and so they've broken the Twitch's code of conduct and stuff multiple times, but they get away with it. So like I said, there's a mix between I believe that there are simps that work for Twitch, but I also believe that just on the business level, well, we can ban the guys because ultimately what brings people to our platform are the women. Yeah. So
have you actually recently out of curiosity, I was trying to help a buddy with his Twitch account. And obviously when you want to do a Twitch account, the last thing you want to be doing is playing an orchestra to an empty audience.
Yeah. So,
you kind of look at the landscape and see, okay, what works, what doesn't work. First thing I see is, well, you're kind of fucked already, buddy. He's like, why? I'm like, well, first of all, you're fucking ugly, and you're the wrong sex.
Well, I guess that means you and I are out.
I mean, you have tits, but they're fucking male tits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I said that as a joke, though. I'm like, huh?
Are they at least perky man boobs? Or?
I have no idea. Oh. It was a joke, but it was me just commenting on the fact that, hey, I don't think you stand a chance because, I'm actually looking at currently what people are watching, and straight down the first dozen of top viewers or top views right now was IRL Let's Chat.
Yeah.
And I don't know how, why, or the appeal, but I do remember clicking on one of these random, streams just to see what's it about. There's literally 10,000 people, I'm guessing men, watching this, this Asian woman, surprisingly, lying on the bed, tank top, a little bit of cleavage, short shorts, all in white, with a really expensive, compressor mic to her face, and just sitting there and be like, what movie should I watch?
Wait. Did she talk like that, though?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
You had me at Asian woman, but I don't like the ones all valley girled out.
Well, I guess it's appeal to some guys.
What was she doing, like an ASMR type thing, or was it just...
No, she's just straight up talking.
Straight up talking?
Just straight up talking.
Here's the thing. I don't mind I don't mind some Asian ASMR.
Oh.
ASMR in general is kind of weird.
Yeah, you're just proving my neckbeard comment.
Listen, man. The freaking language of well, some of them I guess.
Here we go again.
Japanese, the language of angels.
It's not just the
yes
uncurved Asian body; it's the language as well. So you're just adding to.
I need curve, okay?
You just need your own quote at this point.
Yeah, basically, I'll find one someday on accident.
So anyways, back to the topic on hand. Yeah, so she was just lying there, 10,000 viewers, just asking what movie should I watch.
Yeah,
and there's that bar that shows. Like how much they're the
donation.
Yeah, the donations. Yeah. I think she was, if I recall, 4 hours live. She made $680+ in 4 hours, and I'm just like, wow, I'm the wrong sex.
Tell me about it.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. If that's how you're gonna make money, man.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? If I was a woman, I'd be doing that all day, every day.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I'm a firm believer.
But I wouldn't be a freaking skank about it. Because you got some girls on there that.
Well, mind you, she wasn't
$5. You can't whatever scrounge up $5 to watch my content. I wouldn't be that kind of person.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
But if you can make money doing I don't know. I'll have to send you the link later.
I don't.
But it's if you can make that much money doing literally nothing, like that's not even sexual, and I have seen other streamers that do virtually the same thing. It's like a daily life type thing, and there's like nothing really sexual about it other than the fact that you're kind of beautiful.
Yeah, that's another thing I want to add. Like these women are, they're attractive, but like, dude, you're not like amazing, like a 10 or anything.
Right.
I don't get it.
Well, again, we are more connected ever, now, and it's just going to show that literally there is somebody out there who will be attracted to literally anyone. Each person has a fan base if they just put themselves out there.
I'm just gonna take a stick of butter, just throw it on a pan, and that's just my stream every day. And and you give me that face, and surprisingly that becomes a thing. You're like, you got to be fucking kidding me!
Surprised? You'd be freaking surprised.
Just take
man.
just every day, just the biggest stick of butter, and just keep cooking it.
It is.
And every day it gets bigger.
It is proof of society's demise, but it is also kind of a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
that the internet can be attracted to the most meaningless and stupid things, but for whatever reason, a group of people somewhere from around the world will be like, I like this for whatever reason.
I guess you have a point there. I mean, we did, talk about the Jartopia YouTube page, where surprisingly, and you've mentioned it before, that you and me that used to build small ecospheres of like, plant life, sea life.
Yep.
Maybe ants.
I never did the sea life one. Well, I tried, but that didn't last very long because everything was just gross. But I did used to do like bugs and like other things.
I mean, to think that's a big YouTube phenomenon. Yeah. I'm like, I used to do that as a kid.
Even have you ever heard of I think it's Ants Canada or
this is like he builds like these ant farms?
Yeah. Like these crazy elaborate ant farms.
Yeah.
And mind you, he does a really good job with
I've seen
editing and the videography and everything. But like so when you think about it, it's just freaking ants. Yet he's got a huge audience.
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
Yeah, there's for crying out loud, look at freaking How To Basic. We still don't even know who the guy is.
Oh man!
And yet, he's pretty much kept the same thing going.
If you want to talk about weird YouTube pages, you know about the Nicolas Cage guy?
Oh no, I don't.
Or
maybe I don't know, but I don't.
I forgot where I saw it, but if I can recall, last I think half decade, maybe 4 years, this guy started a YouTube page where he prints out a picture of Nicolas Cage.
Oh, and eats it?
And he eats it every day.
Yeah.
And I wanted to call him on his bullshit, but when I actually looked up his YouTube page, like, the guy doesn't miss a day.
No. That guy's
How is he not dead from ink intoxication?
Maybe it's like an edible ink. They have printable things for like cakes and stuff.
That guy has some fucked up digestive system at this point. But
or great because of all the fiber. It's just straight fiber.
Yes. But still, like, a guy like that to thrive on the internet, it's like, what else can thrive on? I mean,
anything.
The mind can just run, you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I guess the Twitch thing, I guess that's the appeal. Because, I've always thought about him, like, I guess it was a phenomenon that was already starting because actually, before like PewDiePie did all those Let's Plays with those scary games,
Yeah.
Twitch TV was actually called Justin.tv before.
Mm.
And I used to actually watch that on their actual website, but just to watch like playthroughs of like Fatal Frame.
Yeah.
And if you play those old ass horror games like from Japanese companies, for some fucking weird reason, they can never get the camera or the fucking map system right. So you're just running in circles for hours.
Yeah.
So I just watched a Let's Play. But then the Let's Play ended up being like the first forms of like, those gaming videos where people just get freaked out all the time.
Yeah.
But now that shit is like just...
It's overplayed.
It's overplayed. It's just the hell.
It
was fun at first.
In PewDiePie's favor, that's one of the reasons why I kind of still a fan of him. Because he kind of saw that was being overplayed.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas a lot of channels that were on that bandwagon back then, they still haven't really moved on.
They're still on it.
Yeah. But for him, he's like, his fans want it, but he's just like, nah, it's kind of cringy.
That's the thing. The funny thing is, I've had a period where like, I feel like PewDiePie has matured with me. Like as a
I get that.
It's weird because it's like. I followed him for his Let's Play. Like, he used to play Flappy Bird, and I used to, like, laugh at the reactions. Yeah. And then whenever he'd play, like, Amnesia, The Dark Descent, those horror games, or, like, Five Nights at Freddy's, like, those were fun. But then, obviously, like you said, like, it gets overplayed, and you lose its touch. And then for a while, I actually unsubscribed from PewDiePie.
You literally hit unsubscribe? Yeah,
I hit unsubscribe on the guy, because I didn't like his content anymore.
Cringe. Little pee-pee.
And then... Yeah, I'll admit I've unsubscribed. And then 2 to 3 years, and this is actually the reason why I resubscribed to him, was the controversy.
The bridge?
Yeah, the PUBG fiasco.
Oh yeah.
And he was on the news, and I was like, okay, what the hell is this about? And all I could think of to myself was, ha, ha, ha. Amazing. Hit the subscribe button and never looked back since. Like, his recent content, actually, I'm like, doing a lot of... It's interesting, because, like, you look at the YouTube, like, landscape, a lot of them do, like, those commentary videos, which are kind of lazy, and it's, like, it's always, like, poking at drama.
Yeah.
He does it in a sense where it's, like, it's not to be taken seriously, which I appreciate. Mm-hmm. It's just fun to poke fun. While everyone else just seem to be doing it to just be, like, holding someone else in contempt.
Yeah. I also like that he's kind of gotten into the more philosophical realm of things.
Yeah. It's like he's...
I don't agree with everything that he comes out with. Some of his own opinions on a certain book or whatever, but I will say I can relate to him so much in just a lot of things. Back in the day when he was first doing his stuff. Well, it was the first stuff, which was like, Call of Duty and whatnot.
Yeah. And he was doing it before everyone else was doing it, which is interesting.
And so, like, there was the relating in that aspect, which was at that time, like these games, video games. And then, as time went on, he kind of went through, like, this just insane, kind of weird, just, like, overplayed humor, which was kind of a little bit annoying, but, it was kind of funny enough to me to stay subscribed to. But then, during... what were those years, like 2011, 2013, he just started kind of like becoming somebody else, which was interesting because I myself was at a point where I was trying to figure out certain things, not really finding myself, but I was in a situation where I was like, okay, I'm noticing my views and stuff are kind of sort of shifting and changing. And then when we get to the infamous bridge scenario, that just really kind of sealed the deal for me, because I'm like, this dude is just another one of us. Like, he literally is, and it sounds cringy to say this, but he is a gamer. Whereas other YouTube channels, they try to play the part of a gamer, but it just feels like, no, you're just playing a role, and that's it. But anytime he did his live streams on PUBG, like, even besides the bridge part, it was like a lot of like his frustration and all that kind of stuff, like his immaturity in it. Like, hey, I know exactly what that feels like, when you're playing online and stuff. It's not all clean cut and nice. Mm-hmm. So when he got to that good old fuck, I won't even say it. but the
yeah.
freaking that was wonderful to me. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was great,
Yeah.
and I thought it was even better with his apology because it wasn't this horse crap response that you get from people in the same predicament.
You mean how every apology video starts with a big sigh?
Yeah, well, not just that, but it's like there's this crying and I'm so sorry. I didn't even know what the word meant and blah blah blah. Whatever.
Are you kidding me?
It's like no, it happened. It was a mistake. Shouldn't have said it live, and it wasn't like this over the top. I'm ashamed of myself.
Uh-huh.
It was just kind of like, yeah, my bad. Which really, that's fine.
That's the most realistic apology you can get.
Yeah, And then there was the whole. That was the other. I think it was before the bridge with. Do you ever see that one where he was on Fiverr?
And I don't think so.
Yeah, there are these two like Indian guys where you can like pay them money to hold up a sign and maybe dance or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But he gave them an assignment and they actually followed through with it, which was to hold up a sign that says "Death to all Jews," which was freaking hilarious. His reaction was great to it. But yeah, he got hit hard for that.
Oh, come on!
Him like a Nazi and Hitler sympathizer.
Is that where all those edits came from? Where he's wearing like an SS uniform?
Oh yeah. Well, no. The thing is, he wore that uniform, but it wasn't even a Nazi one. It was
Hugo Boss.
No, it was. I think it was like Russia. I think it was from Russia. The one that he was actually wearing. But obviously, it was for the point because at the time YouTube was doing their whole. Was it YouTube Heroes? No, it was before that. The YouTube Hero thing where people, like anybody could flag a video for, certain things. And at the time...
Wait, YouTube Is that the one where like they can like pretty much just get a video banned because they don't...
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay.
So, so he kind of, he wore the thing and was like watching like a Hitler speech or whatever. Uh-huh. And his, people use that out of context. He was watching that and made that video because that's what YouTube was acting like. And... that's basically what they turned into, just like a Nazi Germany style website. Basically, we don't like what you're saying. Gone, just no freedom of speech, basically.
Right. Is that what? Because I remember they got rid of Alex Jones around that time period too. Huh?
No, Alex Jones was way after.
Really?
Alex Jones wasn't until like the last couple years.
I forgot why. Was it the Sandy Hook thing that got him banned off YouTube?
Maybe. I didn't follow him very much. Like, I know about him. I used to watch some of his stuff, but I knew that he was a bit of a nut job pretty quick, There were certain things that he would bring up that are like, hey, that seems like a valid point. And then other things like, are you okay, dude? That seems a little bit weird.
The government's making chimeras in MIT or something like that?
Yeah, or just the government is putting stuff in the water that's turning the frogs gay. That whole thing. I'm like,
there's some truth to that, though.
No. Not with the frogs.
Not with the frogs, though, but, I do recall... Chimeras? No, not the chimera. I'm talking about the gay thing.
Uh-huh.
I mean, wasn't the armed forces or, like, the military were trying to develop, like, some sort of, like, gas that makes man want to...
Yes, but...
I didn't believe it myself. That's why I'm asking you.
No, if I remember correctly, I do believe that was...
They were testing on frogs, apparently. That's the whole story behind that.
I don't know. I don't know the frog connection, but I will say as far as like a bomb that would... Or some sort of weapon that would turn the opposing forces into homosexuals, yes. I believe that is...
that was a thing, though.
Yeah.
I just don't know what the actual project was called.
Me, I don't remember either. It was a long time ago.
Project West Hollywood? WeHo?
Project WeHo. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
There's a lot of frog symbolism now on the internet.
There is.
Yeah, like the gay frogs thing, then the Pepe thing, and I couldn't believe
the Pepe thing was amazing. It's almost difficult to say that it was a coincidence.
Yeah. Like, was it the Egyptian god of chaos is Kek?
Yeah, well, I don't remember if that's a whole name, but yeah, it's a part of the name. Yeah, that's weird to me. I don't know.
Have you heard of the cult of Kek?
Yeah, of course I've heard of the cult of Kek. The cult of Kek.
The cult of Kek?
The cult of Kek, yes.
Yeah. That they... What was it? It was like a butterfly effect. This is what I know about it. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe what you know about it may be different from what I know about it.
Yeah.
But pretty much they're saying around the time that Donald Trump got elected to office, they were experimenting in a lab up in the Redwoods. Or no, not the Redwoods. It was what was the name of that place? CERN. Yeah, CERN.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing some, quantum hoobery.
Yes.
So with a Hadron Collider and all that stuff, and apparently opened some random next dimension area where apparently the essence of the Egyptian god Kek found its way into the world around the same time that Mr. Donald Trump was empowered by so-called Pepe.
Yeah, the meme magic.
Yeah, meme magic, yes.
Now
that's what I know about it. I don't know anything else in detail.
The cult of Kek is an interesting topic. It's not quite a thing, but it is.
It's a funny
right.
coincidence.
And the thing is, here's what the meme magic was. Okay, ultimately speaking, was not the Hadron Collider creating a portal or anything. What it was is quite simple. There was a meme war.
Keep in mind, this might be one of these creepy pastas I'm reading.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
But basically, there was a meme war of great importance, and the Kyrgyzstan, if you want to be cringe, won.
Big man Tyrone.
They put out far more content, far more funny and just well thought out memes, and educational memes at the time. And bringing a lot of certain things to
and
light.
It was free, free publicity for the man.
Yeah.
Well,
exactly.
if you recall, during that time, I think the Hillary campaign was trying to get on board too, and they had these memes of I'm with her.
No, well, here's where Hillary really screwed up, or at least one area of many. Her campaign or whatever it was, freaking try to make Pepe a racist icon. Soon as you do that, you've lost footing with a lot of the youth. And the youth, quite unfortunate, but reality is their votes matter a lot. And yeah, as soon as you try labeling a meme as racist, you're going to have people that believe you, but you're also going to have many, many more who might have been in the middle and realize how stupid it is to make a frog a symbol of racism. And you've now pushed them over the side, but to the opposing side. Like I said, there's a lot of different reasons as to why that happened the way that it did. Obviously, there are a lot of things outside of the internet and outside of meme retardation as to why Trump won the election, but that definitely played a huge role.
Speaking of Trump, have you tried going on his website?
No, not recently.
There's a thing that you can actually do if you type. Okay, so his website is donaldjtrump.com, right? If you decide to type donaldjtrump.com / and you put random letters on the actual link itself, you will find a quite decent surprise.
Really?
Yeah. Have you tried it?
No.
Try it.
What was that website?
Just type donaldjtrump.com /
Wait a minute, sorry. My keyboard's all messed up, everybody. /
And then type random letters.
Just random?
Random. Anything.
Any amount?
No, doesn't matter. Anything. Hit enter when you can.
Holy crap, that's great.
Right?
That is brilliant.
He gets it.
That is brilliant. When did you find that out?
I got actually, those random emails you get from him?
Yeah.
So I couldn't click on the link, so I just tried typing it. I guess I misspelled something, and I was like, wait a minute.
That's
I thought it was on a Biden website for a second. I realized this guy is... That
is fantastic. So for those of you who are listening, you could try this yourself. DonaldJTrump.com / and just type in any random assortment of letters, and it brings you to a webpage that reads, "It appears you are as lost as me."
Oh, you're gonna ruin the surprise for them.
And it has a very interesting picture.
Okay. Well, now they think you're just bringing them to like one of those BDSM sites.
Why do you gotta be BDSM? Why can't it be like something else? You got like something to admit. Anyways, that's pretty awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, there were many reasons as to why he won. One of them is the fact that he gets it.
Yeah, he gets it.
But it even says, at the tab, it says 404. That's great. But yeah, no. Meme magic is real. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not quite as
weaponized memes.
It is. It's a serious thing. It's also fantastic.
It's got to hit in the right spot because I feel like
the left is really bad at memes.
Yeah,
they're very bad at memes.
I mean, come on,
I have
guys.
seen maybe out of the however many years memes have actually been a legitimate thing. I've come across maybe 4.
The ones that really make me cringe are the PETA memes, like the ones that PETA tries to go out. Man. I mean, they're not even meant to be funny.
They're just.
Would you eat your dog?
Yeah, I would eat my dog. If I was dying of hunger and I had a family to feed and my dog was the only thing. I'm sorry, I love you, doggy, but I'm killing you. I don't care. People are weird, but I know it's messed up to a lot of people, but that's just the way I am, you know?
But yeah, that's the thing, though. Most people don't have the balls to do what needs to be done to survive, though. Yeah, it's just not the culture that we live in. Because
everybody lives in luxury. Even the lower end of people, you know, like below middle class, even they, technically speaking, live in luxury compared to other countries. So it's like nobody knows what it means to survive.
Their level of poverty is not the same as...
To be fair, I don't even know what it means to survive, but I know enough to know, hey, food or useless pet. Unless it's a horse. If it's a horse, I would probably try to keep that thing for as long as I could. But as soon as it died of natural causes...
Yeah, you're eating
that's feast. That's feast. Anyways.
I mean... Yeah, dude, we have food, you have utilities, you have a bathroom. Like, this is more than enough for most people.
Nobody knows what it's like to actually hunt your own food anymore. And that is a bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, we're starving. Well, where do you get your food from? You get it from a store or a restaurant. You have it freaking Ubered or Postmated to you.
Where'd you get the food from? I hunted it from Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's just like, because it was interesting. I was talking with a coworker of mine, maybe or maybe not, kind of sort of cute Asian girl.
Oh, here we go again.
And
neckbeard quote.
She's not quite well educated on everything, but she did.
Neckbeard.
She's from
neckbeard.
She's from like Uzbekistan,
neckbeard.
which is kind of interesting.
What the hell is that?
I didn't even know it was a thing. It is though, or at least it's close.
Like Eastern Europe, more like.
No.
Right?
No, it's like to like the left of China.
Uzbekistan or
Kazakhstan?
Those Mongolian countries.
Mongolian. Anyways, she apparently found an article that was done by the University of Tokyo, and they found out that eating meat actually fights the cause of aging. So
what the hell, man?
Yeah. So
we had this conversation already.
No, we didn't,
dude.
No, we didn't.
You're kidding me.
On mic?
Yes.
When?
The one I scrapped.
No. Then it's not on mic. You stupid.
No, but I forget it.
Anyways, point is,
I'll go into the details after you're done explaining.
Yeah, I don't remember where I was going with that.
Eating meat fights the aging.
It fights aging and all that kind of jazz. And but you know, and that kind of made her. That's one thing that I forgot on the scrapped episode. Was it kind of made her surprised because she thought that meat was bad for you. She has this weird mentality that vegans and vegetarians are healthy because they have more energy or whatever.
Hell no, they're not.
Yeah.
Can't donate blood.
Yeah. And
not enough hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyways, so she kind of made her surprised. My thing was, it's all about moderation.
Well, everything's in moderation.
And a huge part of that is like, because I'm not a huge fan of diet plans or diet routines, because all of them are kind of horse crap when you look at the reality of what the body actually needs. Because a lot of them are like, cut out sugar or cut out carb, or carbs are kind of sugars, starches and whatnot. It's like, well, no, your body actually needs all of that stuff. The issue is what you have to assess your body, because none of us are running around trying to catch our food anymore, or at least most of us here in the U.S. aren't doing that. So because of that, or if we are hunting, we sit in a tree with a freaking 50 cal, maybe not a 50 cal, but we sit down and shoot.
Even the way we hunt is luxury.
Yeah, exactly. So, we're not moving around as much as we used to anymore. So the issue is not to cut out something; it's simply to, portion it in such a way that is appropriate to how much, exercise we're actually doing. But anyways, what were we gonna say?
Yeah, to add on to that, the reason why, red meats decrease the effects of aging is because they're rich in phosphorus.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, when you consume anything in biomass, especially if you look at carnivores, if you think about it, they have a higher longevity than their herbivore counterparts.
Mm-hmm.
We have, for example, crocodiles, crocodilians, sharks, lions living up to 80 plus years. Just because the amount of phosphorus.
Well, not lions.
60, about 60, 70. But still, that's a long time for an animal.
Yeah.
But, there's a large amount of phosphor found in red meats. Now, the thing is, the thing with, a lot of vegetarians are trying to push on you is, red meat causes oxidation, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oxidation, which rusts your body. And to a point, yes, it does. But back to the point you were making was everything in moderation. Yes, when you do consume red meats, it does cause atherosclerosis if too much of that phosphor-based compound is intaked. So like you said, everything in moderation. You just have to find a balance between greens and reds.
It is scientific knowledge now that too much water is bad for you. One of the most neutral things that we've always been taught is a wonderful thing to be drinking, which it is. Can be deadly if you have too much for right. So it's like, and it's every year, or it's like every other few years, new studies come out. Oh, milk is bad for you. Cheese is bad for you. Orange juice is bad for you. It's like, no, it's not, idiots. Like, people take it and they immediately think, oh, see, science says this, which is funny too, because then at the same time, those people who buy that up are also the type of people who doubt science for other things, like the whole mask situation.
Oh gosh, we're back to the mask thing now.
No, I just touched on it real quick to compare it, but
I mean, a lot of what people are trying to claim isn't grounded in actual scientific facts.
Well, yeah, or they take a portion of a study that was done that was reported in a way that was biased or just ignorant, and then they assume, oh, that's all inclusive. When again, it's not. If they come out and say, hey, this thing is bad to eat or bad to drink or whatever, you have to understand, well, yeah, if that's the one thing I'm drinking a lot of, if you drink orange juice all day, every day, or at least every breakfast, that's a lot of sugar. 1 cup contains multiple oranges. That is a lot of sugar. It's not bad for you to drink. Just don't drink it all the time. And it's the same thing with anything else. Same
thing with alcohol. Same thing with...
Yep. Wine is good for your health. There have been studies that have been done that show that it's great. It greatly has. I forgot what all the things are. It's kind of my bad, but
it's good for your vascular system.
Having beer when you have a kidney stone helps break down the kidney stone. Different things are fantastic that most people would just immediately assume, oh, that's bad for you. It's not. Just hey guys, calm down with your portions.
Or whiskey is good if you want to die. Just drink more.
Well, unless you're having a heart attack, because there have been multiple stories of people.
See, if the disease is living, then by all means, just go ham, everyone.
Right. But I did want to just throw out there that there are actual stories, and you people out there can look them up. People who are getting a stroke or, a heart attack, who have chugged or taken a couple shots of a liquor, or not a liquor, just a liquor like whiskey or tequila, and have actually saved their own lives doing that. So these things are useful, you know. Just be smart about it. Be reasonable with it. Don't be stupid. Eat your meat. Don't be a freaking vegan. Those guys are morons. Pescatarians are like somewhat reasonable, somewhat. But other than that, like unless you're doing pescatarian stuff or vegetarian stuff for health
realistically,
reasons,
if you want to be a pescatarian or pescatarian,
pedophile, what?
Oh, we're back to that now. Oh, I got one. No. Pescatarians.
Yeah.
Pescatarian or pescatarian? How do you say that? Pesto.
Something either pescatarian
Anyways,
or
pescatarian. Well, keep in mind, the pescatarian diet is more, I would say, you know, what am I looking for? I'm more of accepting of that because keep in mind there's generations and people that have no access to red meat.
Mm-hmm. Well, most of like somewhere like Japan, you know, for a while they didn't have much access to red meat, and they lived off of mostly fish.
Because you know you have tuna, it's just as rich in protein as red meat. So if you're gonna be a pescatarian, go for it. I mean, I don't mind. At least you're still eating meat. Don't fucking lie to yourself and say you're not eating meat. You're eating meat.
Yeah, if you're not taking some
you're a chicken of the sea, come on, man.
You know, then you're doing your body a disservice. You gotta kill to survive.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, and it's a little bit better because you know fish don't really have any pain sensors, so you're
supposedly. But listen, brother, I've been out there, and I've probably genocided thousands of fish with a blade. I would actually say, in my experience, these ninjas have feelings, and they can feel the pain.
I'm gonna say it's just a muscle reaction.
That's kind of what pain is.
No, man, but you can still have a muscle reaction without actually feeling it.
I don't know. I think
even in the doctor's office, I think
these guys can feel, bro. That doesn't keep me from eating them.
No, I doubt they can feel. I know they don't feel.
That's what all the hippies want to tell themselves.
No, they don't have nerve endings, man. How can they feel?
I don't know how the crap do jellyfish move.
With their tendrils, obviously.
They don't have muscles.
Oh boy.
You see that sheet one?
The sheet?
That one.
You know what? We're talking about the deep ocean. There's a lot of things about that I can't explain to be honest.
Exactly. Okay, so back off. Anyways.
But I know they don't feel.
Whatever.
Because if
they feel good though when they're raw and on some rice.
Talking about sushi?
Yeah.
Sometimes,
depending. So
I did have some of the sushi from that bar the other day.
Yeah, you bastard, freaking going.
They're still charging their prices though.
Oh, of course. Right now, everybody's upping their prices. Like In-N-Out. Was there
what? In-N-Out raised their prices since when?
I just got a double, meal like I always do, and that thing came out to over $11.
It's normally like $6-7, right?
It's around like $8 maybe tops. So yeah, it was a little bit ridiculous. But
I guess they're paying the hazard.
Well, no, it's the supply chain.
Oh, because there's a reduction of meat.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Reduction of everything.
And the same thing with the coins too. There's not.
Which I don't get the coin thing. What the? Why? Who's hoarding coins? Somebody's hoarding coins. That doesn't make sense. Where are they all going?
My guess is maybe they don't have enough people working the mint offices, fabricating the coins. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know either.
Because guess what? My State Department definitely has 2 people working over there because it's taken months for my paperwork to come in. That's for sure. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we touched on ASMR earlier, real quick.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah, I think you have a little bit of a funny story.
ASMR, what? The keyboard thing?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that sounded kind of funny.
Not really. It's just a little bit. It's just odd to me.
Yeah, spit out some oddness.
I mean, it's just I'm just shopping for a new keyboard. That's all I'm doing. One thing I'm looking for in a keyboard is necessarily less sound because my previous keyboard were blues, loud as hell, but great tactile feel though. I'll be honest. So I wanted to find the middle ground between tactile and noise reduction. So I go on YouTube to look up some keyboard reviews, and one thing I'm looking up too is during the keyboard reviews actually hearing the tactile sound as it's being pressed. And then of course you come on those weird subcategories of YouTube and you find that there's an ASMR keyboard like community, and which is interesting because you think to yourself like, what could they possibly do with this? It's like the same sound, and like there's only so many keys that you can use for a keyboard. But like you'd be surprised how creative these people get.
Oh, so you actually watched them?
Yeah, I just wanted to hear. Actually, the one of the craziest ones I've seen, I just forgot which page it was. It was they had every series of keys, so like red, blues, and then like the combinations in between, which is like I think it had like 200 something different combinations of individual keys that light up. So he would just boop, 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 go down the line so you can just hear it, see what the tactile feel is, which was interesting to me because now I was like, okay, if I really want to get really like in depth into like what kind of key I want, not necessarily the 4 big ones. Yeah, useful for me.
Yeah.
But then that kind of brought me back because when I actually went to go look at the key that I felt would be great, like I think they were called like Halo Clears or something like that. I look up the damn price and apparently it's not mass manufactured to the public.
Of course.
It ends up being a custom made keyboard that you have to purchase if you want these Halo Clears, which sounded great and I can tell they felt great on the fingers. The asking price was like $500 plus something dollars for a keyboard. And I'm like, oh my lord.
That thing better be fireproof.
But it was that amount, but the fact that it was custom is you can actually make the keyboard to your exact specification, whether or not you want to be 10 keyless or 10 key.
Yeah.
And you can put your own, how you want your letters, if you want numbers. I actually saw a picture of one buyer, I think from Japan. He had a combination of like, which I'll admit, I kind of like, okay, that's pretty dope. He had like an Evangelion style like keyboard, both with the English alphabet and the Japanese kanji hiragana combination that they had there. And whenever he'd click the keyboard, he can shift between, the purple that Ava 1 has, and the red to Ava 2, and then the 3.
That's pretty cool.
And that combination, and the crazy thing is, it actually had an LED screen on the top right.
Oh, really?
Where if you would click it, you'd actually see the number of the suit. And I was like, okay, that's for that price, yes. But am I that much of an enthusiast? No. I'm good with like just a regular, I just settle with the HyperX.
Yeah. That's kind of cool though. See, so ASMR community can be useful for some things. I will say,
I'll be
a little bit weird with others. I've kind of.
You're talking about the freaking Japanese ones again?
No. Those are pleasant. They're not. They're never weird unless they're doing like the weird like mouth noises like.
Yes.
Like that gets a little bit annoying, and they they have the audacity to label the mouth noises one as like relaxing for sleep. I'm sorry, I can't sleep with somebody going, in my ear. But no,
making macaroni.
I think usually they're okay. But no, I've come across some really weird ones, like guys trying to be like Thor. So like Thor ASMR, Thor whispers things in your ear hole. Or role playing ASMR, which
I feel like
super awkward.
I feel like that Thor one. I've actually been. Is it the guy that's called like Fred something?
I don't remember his name.
Because there's a guy that looks like Thor. I'm not sure if it's the same guy.
It might be. I remember he kind of at least tried to look like him.
Well, suspect. I did subscribe to that guy.
What?
Not for the role playing ones. He actually has some. He has some of these weird ones that.
I'm finding things out about you that I don't know.
No. Okay, here's the thing though. It's like what? Well, I'm aware. My reason is I've never grown a beard. Obviously, I can't. I'm incapable of growing a beard.
You got like what, 3 hairs?
Yeah, well, I always shaved all the time.
You're like the Homer Simpson, but reversed.
I guess. But, Anyways, I did find one of one of the ASMR videos he did put out was it was like getting a relaxing shave at like an old-timey barbershop. Now, there's no talking in this, which I'm glad. But bizarre enough, so he had exactly a Blue Yeti mic, but he had the Pro version with the same, the phone.
Oh, is that what made you bring that up?
What?
The
yeah, because I saw the mic, and I was like, what kind of mic is this? Okay. It looks like a Blue Yeti, but it's not, because it looks fancier. So he would like put like shaving cream on the thing, and take like a straight edge and go like that. I know it's bizarre. Don't get me wrong. It's bizarre. The whole video itself is bizarre, but when you're actually listening to the headphones, trying to sleep, it knocks you out. Trust me, it's not the weirdest thing I've watched.
No, I'm just trying to think of like why.
Why?
Know? And because you're incapable of man hair on your face.
You can't shit on me for this.
I'm just wondering, maybe is that like something internal in
Internal?
you that's like you're secretly or subconsciously trying to listen to that, hoping that it'll like translate into your hair follicles?
You're over like
so that way someday you can actually do the same thing to your own face.
You're over analyzing this way too much.
Why would that be a thing?
No,
that's interesting.
No, there's a bit of this. Okay, so picture like yourself in the 50s. You know, nice suit. You go in for just a cut.
Mm-hmm.
Being that guy going in because everyone in the 50s is clean shaved. I feel like that culture was very suave. You go in there, I'm pretty sure in my head. They're probably playing like Frank Sinatra or something in the background. Everyone's snapping. You go into like a black and white scene. Go in there and be like, "Hey, can I get my usual cut? Get your suave cut." And of course, you're growing a bit of a stubble, maybe a beard.
Right.
So that nice, barber does the extra stuff. Goes with the straight edge. And hey, here's a shot of whiskey.
Yeah.
And that's what I get out of it.
Exactly, and which only proves my suspicions.
Of what?
You romanticize it, and you wish you could experience it yourself. So you watch that,
perhaps.
But I don't blame you though, because I don't have that much facial hair. I wish certain things weren't as patchy as they are. But I have gone to an actual like really nice old school barber where they do the whole thing. They cut your hair and then they do they shave your face afterwards with the warm towel and all of that nice chill music and everything with the glass of whiskey.
Right.
So I will say from experience, that's not a bad thing to wish you could partake in. It is very relaxing.
I mean, it would just be fucking stupid of me to just go there and be like asking for that service when I'm obviously
no, it wouldn't be stupid. Go in, have the service done, and be like, "Hey, you're not actually cutting anything off, so you think you can give me a discount?" Just go in. You're just pretend shaving. I just
No. Or the guy is like, this guy's nuts, and he just starts peeling my skin off. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
As I'm bleeding.
But jeez. Yeah, it's
one of those random things.
Yeah, ASMR.
Or if we're talking about 50s, just have that random seat in your head where you come home from work and then
slap your wife.
I was getting there.
Oh, sorry.
She brings you a shot of whiskey, but it's the wrong whiskey, or she didn't put ice on it, so you just backhand her.
Wench, bring me the right whiskey.
Oh, we lost half our viewers.
So we're down to 4. No, there is something about that time that even for me is kind of interesting. I'm not a big fan of the idea of everybody every time they go out, they're basically wearing formal clothing. That bothers me a lot.
Even when it's hot.
Yeah, but I still think it's kind of neat. That's why I like a lot of those little places in like downtown LA. Where like Al Capone or other people used to visit often because it's interesting. But
I'm Al Capone. You ready to get pwned?
What?
Nothing. I just feel like if it was like a gamer tag, Al Capone, but like instead of like P-O.
Al Capone?
Yeah, P. I don't know why it came to my head.
Interesting.
Ugh.
Anyways.
That was a random ASMR, I guess. Well, if we're talking about ASMR, the weirdest thing I've been accused of watching, and I've been caught several occasions watching it by my girlfriend. If you decide to listen to this, you know which videos I'm talking about. The medical checkup videos. No, not the ones where it's always obviously the skimpy.
Okay, continue.
Girl.
Listen, I just sighed out of anticipation. Okay, not because I necessarily jumped to any.
No, yeah, the funny thing is they're not meant to be ASMR. But like the community is so cancerous that it just turns into like its whole subculture itself. So the clinical videos I'm talking about is like ones put out by actual universities, like medical schools, like Warwick University. They have this this suave British guy that's always talking in a very I guess those old timey English doctors with that soothing voice.
Yeah.
Or Stanford Medical School itself. Like it's literally just videos they put out to help their med students get through like a clinical trial, or not a clinical trial, but like a clinical checkup or observation they have on a patient.
Uh-huh.
But if you actually look up those videos and look at the comments and how many views and likes they have, you're like, there's no way they have this many medical students.
Oh, of course.
And it's literally if you go to the comment section, it's just like, I don't know why I find these fascinating, but watching some guy get his back checked if he has scoliosis has never been so exciting for me.
There's one guy who didn't really start off for like with the ASMR type stuff in his intentions, I think.
Oh, who are we talking about here? Is this
Japanese guy.
Uh-huh.
I can't. I'm trying to look through my subscriptions and I don't see him. But he makes knives out of like anything you can imagine.
Oh yeah, I've seen this guy.
Yeah.
Does he talk in those videos? I don't remember him talking that much.
He has some earlier videos where he does like you can see his face and he does talk. But I think it was only like less than a handful. I believe his name is Kiwami Japan. And yeah, he'll make
the
knives
guy
out
from
of like
Yakuza?
Jello or yeah, right. You know, make stuff out of sand. He'll make a knife out of cotton candy. And don't get me started. But yeah, anyways, yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. He's weird. He's almost kind of like the talented version of How to Basic. Yeah, because he has like a lot of these little gimmicks that he does, and they're kind of funny. But yeah, he definitely kind of adopted the whole ASMR.
Hey, good for him. You know, that's how it works.
Yeah, I can see how the clinical things and stuff kind of got there.
And yeah, well, it kind of works for me because, you know, it's like, okay, I learned something new too. You know, to me, I would look up those videos primarily based on the fact that I'm just studying, trying to get some terminology.
What about Dr. Pimple Popper? Does she count as ASMR?
No. Dude, I hate Dr. Pimple Popper. I don't see that fascination.
Listen,
in that show.
I hate it too, but there are times where I find myself watching it over. Like,
yeah, just because, like, holy crap, like, does that exist? Jeez.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
People, take care of yourself. Do some daily hygiene, and you know, don't be gross. It's
half hygiene. Some of them are just you know, they have a bad hand when it comes down to genetics.
I guess.
Still gross though.
Yeah,
I understand.
Freaking giving birth to a child-size freaking tumor, essentially. Sack of
If you want to talk about
pus.
If you want to talk about something disgusting, did you ever see the guy with like the biggest booger? The video?
Quite sound familiar. No.
Yeah, it's well, you want to see something disgusting? I don't know how this guy was breathing for how many years.
Wait, he had a booger for years?
No. Okay, the word I'm looking for is if that booger was in his, you know, obviously his nasal sinus of that magnitude, I don't know how long this guy could be breathing for. Is what I'm trying to say.
He didn't have the giant booger in his nose for years. It's just
I want to assume he had it for a long time for him to actually go see an ENT doctor.
All right, so how big we talking?
You'd be surprised. It's like, I want to say baseball.
What?
Almost like baseball size. Ping pong. I want to say ping pong. Not that big. But if you actually watch the video itself, you're like, the anticipation of what's about to come out his like nostril, because you just see the doctor just digging in. It's like,
oh no,
it's just not.
Is it a metal utensil?
Yeah, of course, yeah, it's a metal utensil.
That just bothers me enough as it is.
Just
the thought of.
But the funny thing is, when they actually pull it out, he's like, "Oh, I can breathe." I'm like, "Oh, you can breathe?
Shit.
You can live." Holy crap! The size of that booger, man. That was an off-putting video for me. I mean, if you have the opportunity, viewers, or you know, Matt, I don't want you to watch it now. Just want you to watch in your own time. But yeah, it's one of those.
Obviously, I'm not gonna watch it right now.
Yeah, don't watch it now.
No,
you're not gonna want to drink that anymore.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I guess if we're going down the weird ASMR hole again, the other weird thing that I've been caught watching is those Reiki master massage videos.
Really?
Yeah, those Indian massage videos. I know that when you watch those videos and you're like, damn, that room must stink.
No, I can't, man.
What?
I can get one of those massages by any other
than Indians, but it's technically they came up with that type of massage.
Oh? There's a little thing called cultural appropriation. I'd rather have an
now you're-
Asian
now
or
you're
white
pro.
woman give me that kind of massage.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our fourth neckbeard quote.
Yeah. Well, I did. I threw in white woman.
Every time you say Asian, I'm just gonna throw like a neckbeard on the screen.
Oh, screw you. Kick you in the dick.
Nah, that's too much editing.
But yeah.
Speaking of Asians, John Wayne played as Genghis Khan.
Oh, jeez, I know. It just showed
And I didn't know you did.
I did not know
you weren't
anything
aware of any
about
of that,
this.
yeah.
I knew nothing about this until you showed me. I knew that there have been other people who have played as Asians that weren't Asians. That's not new to me.
Like who's the? I mean, I'm pretty sure you haven't watched it. I understand what the big like hype is about like Audrey Hepburn, but was it like Breakfast at Tiffany's? Was that the movie?
I think so.
Yeah, like
I was thinking more so Ghost in the Shell.
the recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, the fact that she wasn't Asian.
She wasn't even Asian. She was still hot, but she wasn't Asian.
Like Scarlett Johansson, I guess.
Was that who it was?
Yeah.
I'm bad with names, but yeah. But
Did
yeah,
you like that movie?
No, I didn't.
Really?
It wasn't the worst.
I liked it.
It was intriguing.
I liked it
compared-
because they got the major's the female. What's his name again? The older Asian like chief.
Oh,
That actor was awesome.
yeah, he was good. But
Yeah.
again,
And
just because
Bato, they got Bato right.
Just because they get an aspect or so right doesn't mean it was fantastic.
Hey, you know what?
I still prefer the original.
Hey, okay,
Scarlett Johansson was
I get
delicious.
I
in
get
that
that, I get
freaking
that.
suit.
I get that, but I only say I enjoyed it because could you ever say in your childhood that like they would ever make a Ghost in the Shell live action?
No.
Yeah,
of course not.
of course it it blew
which
my
is
mind.
why I
they were
don't
doing
completely crap. I don't completely crap on it, but to me it was not.
Oh yeah.
Better.
It wasn't great. I still enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah. That's
If
fair.
you ignore the story, because here's the thing though, anytime you take a Japanese adaptation of an anime, you actually try to fit into like not even 2 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, like a hour and a half, hour 45 movie. Of course, they're gonna miss like a lot of the story, and it's not gonna jive well with anything.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna go into a movie like that expecting something to blow your mind, then
yeah, of course,
just wasting your time. Just go in for the visual eye candy.
Mm-hmm.
And
but on that, yeah. So with that said, I've known that there have been characters that were supposed to be Asian that were played by non-Asians. Never in my life would I even assume that John Wayne, the freaking image of all things cowboy and America, played as Genghis freaking Khan.
that guy didn't even the mustache was
Nothing
right.
looked right, and he didn't even try to speak with like at least a crappy Mongolian accent or something.
Yeah, no.
He just sounds like John Wayne, a cowboy.
Well, what was his like opening line? You woman. It's a freaking cowboy accent. Come on.
With that famous John Wayne accent on it. Yeah, no,
hey
that was very
there,
interesting.
pilgrim.
Hey there, fellow Mongolian.
He's referring to all the Mongols as pilgrims.
Yeah, no, that was weird. I definitely want to watch that movie in its entirety now.
Really?
Just, I don't know. I'm not one of those kind of people that likes to watch crap movies because they think it's hilarious and great. But sometimes I do. But especially John Wayne.
I'd watch
it's
highlights.
John Wayne.
Are you a fan of John Wayne?
Hell yeah, I'm a fan of John Wayne. Like I said, he was a cowboy. Like in real life too, kind of sort of.
Yeah, I see that.
But no, I just feel like that's a piece of American history that I should
History X.
That should be more educated in.
Oh boy.
They didn't even squint his eyes or nothing.
No, he didn't.
No.
He just straight up just went, "Hey, you. Why you invade woman?"
They couldn't even get a Mongolian woman for crying. I don't think anybody in there was Mongolian.
I don't even think they even knew what Mongolian was.
No. The whole setup was wonky.
Yeah.
It just looked like a Western, but with like different clothes.
Yeah, dude, they shot it in Texas probably. From what it looked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was in Texas.
Obviously, they didn't go to freaking Mongolia for it. Otherwise,
oh man.
Yeah, they could have gotten some cheap actors over there at least.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that was the Western's view of Mongolian culture up until probably of recent memory?
Yeah, it hurts my brain, but obviously.
They're just squinty-eyed cowboys. Pilgrim. Oh man.
Well.
Yeah, there's I guess Blackface, you aren't the only people. There's Yellowface.
Yeah, stop acting like you guys are special.
Here we
Everybody's
go.
got face of some sort of face.
Yeah, I mean, come on, look at that guy from what? The guy who keeps getting mistaken as Andy No from Portland.
That poor bastard.
That poor guy. To me, he looks like an accountant. He's just
Yeah.
You're in the downtown Portland district in a suit, and you're Asian. You're probably a CPA.
Yeah, you're walking in your car, you're walking to get food, you're walking home, or whatever the heck, and you're crossing a group of idiot protesters who immediately start flipping you off personally and like calling you names and stuff, assuming that you're somebody else.
Fuck you, Andy No.
And yet, he was wearing a face mask. So they're just basing this off of the fact that he's an Asian guy in a suit. Asian guy in a suit, you're Andy No.
And the funny thing is, while they were, arguing, he was like, "Oh, sorry, Andy." Like the guy was still mocking him.
The guy was still saying that. This is completely off. Now,
I gotta love modern culture. Am I right?
Jeez. In some regards, in like a weird, dark humor kind of way, but in reality,
I at this point, I blame the schools and
everything.
CNN.
Everything. The mainstream media and schools and the teachers that work there, or at least most of them.
I mean, it's
some
like
actually are legit.
It's obvious at this point that they're just trying to build a narrative. I mean,
they've been trying to build a narrative for years. Now they're just really trying to ramp it up so that way it stays. But
I mean, of recent memory, not a fan of his movies. A little bit ridiculous, but Tyler Perry on CNN of recent memory.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time I felt when I was watching the interview was like, Mr. Cooper, Anderson Cooper, was asking like really, controversial questions like, do you teach your son race? Like questions like, how do you feel about racism? How do you feel about Black Lives Matter movement? And the funny thing is, I have to give, Tyler? Yeah, Tyler Perry his credit. I felt like he deflected those questions. I felt like in a very intellectual manner, I suppose. Not being very divisive about it, because he pretty much just said along the lines of, I don't teach my kid race because as of right now he's innocent. He plays with kids and he doesn't look at, color.
Yeah.
Why would I want to ruin that? He's still a child. And you say this and like PBS is putting out broadcasting of Arthur or something like that. Just about the George Floyd protests and all that. It's like, why PBS? Defund PBS. How about that?
I didn't even know that they were still making new episodes of
Yeah,
Arthur.
well,
but why would you do that to him?
Yeah.
He's a mouse!
I knew he was black.
Yeah, she's a brown mouse. He had nothing to do with
it. He should be Hispanic. And the funny thing
which is very, very resemblant of how we are. We're like mice, us Hispanics.
Because you guys would produce a lot, is that way?
Yeah, we just eat and produce.
And the funny thing is, during that entire interview, like, I guess his, elementary school or high school teacher, whatever grade they're in, is like, nothing makes my blood boil more than racism. And they're having this, like, back-to-back, commentary. Yeah. The back-to-back commentary on, like, the state of racism. While at the same time, like, the white rabbit is, like, completely, like, not paying attention to their conversation. I'm like, are you guys doing that on purpose because he's a white rabbit?
That is weird. I gotta watch that, or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. That'll probably just piss me off.
It's probably best you don't. It's probably my bad for bringing it up because we're trying to be wholesome.
Yeah. Now I'm sad and depressed.
Nah. What's more sad and depressing if you're a guy that just can't seem to take a loss. By which I mean video games.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were saying me for other reasons, and I was about to be like, "Oh, bro, that's pretty low."
No. I think like I said, your problem is you overanalyze everything.
No.
But yeah, if you guys are into the Tekken scene, like,
oh yeah, the new king, not the fighter, but the new king of Tekken.
I mean, there's a game called King of Fighters. Yeah. Cough.
Yeah, let's hear about this new champion.
Yeah, so believe it or not, if you guys follow the Tekken scene, like, you got the god of Tekken supposedly, Ni, based out of Korea, a lot of Korean like masters. To think that there's an underground group of Tekken players that have a more badass, more gruesome underground scene more than the Korean scene. Guys from Pakistan, of all places.
Who would have thought that the Herkadirks would have been good at Tekken?
I know, right? And the thing is, I actually like looking into it and realizing why they're probably that good at Tekken is they don't really have any access to any other games. Like literally, they just have cabinets. And that's the only form of gaming console they have. So it's just like 4 or 5 Tekken cabinets at like a washing machine place.
And like backpack bombs.
All right, that got pretty dark.
Sorry.
So it's interesting.
Can
Like
you imagine?
What?
Backpack roulette. You have 8 backpacks in the house, and you switch them up every day, and you send your kid off to school, and just see which backpack was the one that has the bomb in it.
Which one's going to get 72 virgins first? Is that what you mean? That's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
So, what's this man's name? Ashland? Or Arslan.
Yeah, Arslan Ash.
Yeah. How old is this guy?
I'm assuming like mid-20s, late 20s maybe. But yeah, it's crazy. Like this guy, the funny thing is actually like looking into it, he's actually wanted to be part of the Evo scene, but the thing is with his country is they revoke a lot of visas going out of country.
Yeah.
Being one of those places. But to think this guy, this out of the blue, some random guy from the Slumdog Millionaire scene
okay.
to come and just it is, if you think about it, it is Slumdog Millionaire. In a sense.
Kind of, but more Pakistan than India.
Okay, the thing with Pakistan is they're half Indian, half Muslim. I don't know which side he's on. I'm assuming Muslim. Hindu. So the Slumdog Millionaire narrative kind of works out better.
Alright, fine.
Yeah. Comes out of nowhere, goes into like the big Evo scene, the biggest like fighting scene in Japan. And
is he sponsored already?
No, he has no sponsors, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. Just completely off of prize money.
Yeah, he kind of looks a little Thank you, come again.
Oh, man.
That's interesting, though. Yeah, the esport realm is really shifting. It's interesting.
I mean, I
still love what's her face.
Which one?
I don't remember her name.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What's her name? Jan, help me out here.
No.
Jan.
No.
Jan.
No, I'm your neck, beard, jeans are gonna pull the name out. I'm just waiting for you to say it.
I don't know.
Wait, which one? There's 2 of them.
Japanese one.
They're both Japanese.
Damn it.
The only difference is one has glasses, the other doesn't.
Yeah, but they're both cute. Dang it, I don't remember their names.
Too bad they never get top 5.
I know. They're really good, though. I would probably get my butt whooped.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about, like, Tekken, professional Tekken good, they're, like probably subpar. Or, not subpar, but, like...
Didn't one of them get really close, though? At one point?
Like, semifinals, I guess.
Yeah. But, like, got, like, to the really last, like, the very...
Yeah, but she got demolished.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Well, that's because she gets attitude. That's the thing.
What do you mean attitude?
Like you could tell that she gets frustrated, and that translates in the game.
Well, yeah, you gotta stay calm and collected, man. I mean, Tekken's a hard fighting game.
It is. I for the most part, most of my time on Tekken was back in the arcade days.
Just button mashing
for the most part. And then,
like if you actually break Tekken down, it's like. There's 4 different things you have to worry about. You got to worry about the dodge, you got to worry about the parry, and the block, unblock mechanic, and whenever you actually punch, you got to watch that counter. Everything is a counter.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like, I've always wondered, like, why, for example, in development, they always have that long period of time between, like, a new character being released, or, like, a new DLC being released, but it's literally just fine-tweaking, like, the little mechanics to it. And the funny thing is, everyone's pissed off because the recent character they brought out he was just broken as fuck. Everything he did was a counter to every other character, apparently.
Yeah, that guy was OP.
Yeah, and
easy to use.
Yeah, and to think that in the last, I believe the last tournament that happened, like I think top 10 were all using the same character.
Yeah,
that Leroy guy.
At least I think I saw it's like. I don't know if I saw all of it or some of it, but yeah, that was actually kind of hilarious.
And the funny thing is that the winner of the actual, it was Book, I think, the Thai Tekken player. When he actually won the tournament with that character, he was just like, yeah.
With shame, almost.
Yeah, with shame. He pretty much just said word for word, like, if you want to win, just use them. Which sucks because the other guy was... I forgot... There's another new character that came out. I just forgot the name. But
it makes me wonder, though. Did they do that on purpose? Or was it just kind of a rush thing that they didn't really think through?
No, I don't think they did it on purpose or it was a rush thing. It just... Here's the thing, though. Like, on paper and, like, you know, playtesting...
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't seem as bad. But the thing is, as soon as you put the character in a professional fighter's hands...
Yeah.
And they can actually like look at the whole like move sheet and see what works and what doesn't work, and they can string combos together. And you realize this sequence of combos is just I win.
Yeah,
pretty much. Like to think like I did see one clip coming back from like literally health on red with like rage art ready to go. Other guy still at full health comes back from like just that minuscule amount of health, clicks in his rage art, and just completely demolishes the guy in one combo.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, characters like that are broken. And that's the reason why I'm not a fan of the Mortal Kombat games. Because every character has a stupid amount of combos.
Which, I don't know. Part of it, yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I really liked the new Mortal Kombat, but I think that was more based off of nostalgia. And,
yeah.
You know,
but if you think
dressed up nice and new graphics,
if you think about it, like, it's kind of fallen off. Like, there's no more DLC coming out.
You're absolutely right.
Like, it's just
you know which one I am.
It's just
really,
not viable.
The one that I am actually really interested in seeing what happens is, and I know there's probably going to be some comment from you.
You're going to say Dead or Alive?
Absolutely.
There's a new Dead or Alive?
Well, I think they're still on 6.
The funny thing is, I didn't know there was a new Dead or Alive. I just assumed Dead or Alive, especially with you.
Well, like I said, there isn't a new one
5.
yet. There's only they've been on 6 for a while. But I've noticed a major shift.
I don't know why they're making another Dead or Alive. Like the mechanics don't translate anymore.
They do though.
No, they do
5
not.
or 6? No,
they're not great.
They're getting better, and I'm noticing a huge shift. And I think I read something about it too. That before it was just kind of like a fun, just good game for like fun, nothing really serious.
You mean eye candy?
But they've been well that too. Well, hence extreme beach volleyball. Anybody?
Did you ever see the creator of that game?
No.
He's the creepiest looking Japanese guy I've ever seen.
I'm not surprised.
He has like really long hair. He wears aviators every day.
Nice.
And he just has acne scars all over his face.
That poor guy.
But the way he talks, like, yeah, I made more bounce physics.
Yeah. Anyways, they're making a shift towards the actual competitive gaming thing, and I noticed that in DOA 6, the mechanics are way different than they used to be. A little bit more or I guess technically, especially if you compare it to like the first 3, way more complex with a whole lot more that you can do. And yeah, so they're shifting their thing towards the competitive realm.
Right.
So I'm kind of interested to see if they're actually successful in that or not. I've played Dead or Alive 6 a few times, good amount of times, and it's fun because there's like so much there that you can learn, but it's still hard as hell to do it. Like, it's not super easy, or you would just be like, oh, okay, this combo's simple. It's got some pretty complex stuff in it, and obviously the graphics are getting pretty phenomenal, physics aside.
Yeah, talking about physics again.
Well, I'm saying besides the physics, the graphics themselves are actually getting really damn good. But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But either way, Tekken, new guy, Ash, Arslan.
Ash.
It'll be interesting to see what becomes of him. Was it a fluke? Or
no, it was not a fluke.
It'll just be interesting to see how long he stays at the top.
It's not a fluke because if I was watching the actual championship fight, like I was watching Knee. That guy was sweating his balls off. He was like nervous.
Really?
Like to be on top for that long and to get dethroned by a outsider, it's gotta affect your psyche a little bit, because apparently, well, not apparently, I know, he follows the guy everywhere he is. He actually took a flight to Pakistan
Yeah, I remember
just
you
to
telling me
just
that,
to
which is weird.
just to play the guy 20 rounds. When I say 20 rounds at Tekken, that's that's like 60 games because a set.
Yeah.
So just to play that guy that much is crazy. Like, just that amount of dedication to games. I mean, we live in an interesting time,
is it
man.
dedication or is it obsession? Where does that line end, and where does the other begin?
Dedication. I'd say dedication if you're getting paid. Unfortunately, believe it or not, Korean athletes are, for some reason, are just all gamers.
Yeah.
I mean, Seoul University has a scholarship for League of Legends players.
Yeah.
Like, that's so baffling to me.
Yeah.
If
Especially League, like,
dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in the time period back when we were like, at least I was playing Xbox Live.
Stop playing that game. It'll do nothing for you when you get older.
I can get a scholarship for playing Halo. Like, dude, I'm in.
You imagine?
I am in. Dude, I played Halo as like a religion, man.
You know what's crazy
What?
when you think about it? Competitive gamers make more money, technically speaking, especially if they're winning, than the people who actually made the game. Like the developers themselves.
True. I never actually
people
thought
who
about
actually
that.
have to test it
That's
for
true.
bugs and all that kind of stuff.
But I would even argue against the playtest, because if you know anything about playtesting, they don't actually necessarily use their own developers. They just hire a bunch of random
but that's what
temps.
I'm saying. Those guys who do the playtesting, they get paid not much, like at all, to do it. And yet that's a pretty important part.
Mean, we know that now, especially what's going on with Blizzard.
Screw Blizzard.
Jeez. Can you imagine working like 70 plus hours and being paid less than, not less, but like a little over minimum wage? Just because you're in the gaming scene? Like, you think that being part of like a big gaming company, you'd be okay?
Especially these days. It would be one thing if we're talking about like the gaming industry back in like the late 80s through, the 90s, where gaming was for nerds, basically. It was not socially acceptable. But now, it's such in the spotlight with massive amounts of, dollars coming in all the time. You would think that, that these guys would get paid more. But they don't. It's just ridiculous.
I know, just Blizzard. It's
the only good thing Blizzard ever did.
No. I'll be honest. Before all this shit happened, Blizzard was like, it was like near and dear to my heart, because the amount of dedication they put to their games, the creativity, the lore that they build. Because if you think about the amount of lore that goes into their games, it's a ton. It's probably more than I can think of recent other gaming companies and their intellectual property.
Yeah.
But the thing that kills me is like, what the hell is going on over there? It's like, you treat your employees like crap. You take a stance that's it's not viewed as like
it's
the right
Chinese money, man.
Yeah, it's
as
they
soon
just
as,
got
as
greedy.
Soon as they sold out to China, that's where things went downhill.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what happened? Where's the integrity, Blizzard?
Last thing they did that I appreciated was Overwatch, which was
even Overwatch was
it was a bit overrated, but it was a good game. It was very different for the time. It was well put together, and it was fun.
For like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
and you realize the map's
bug
just
on me that smells like butt. You want to smell that?
No.
Just give it a whiff. Give it. Come. No, on the arm. You smell it? No, I forgot you got that weird nose thing.
I can't smell it.
There was a bug that landed on me. I squished it, and it smells like actual doo-doo. It's disgusting. Anyways.
Probably say on cat poop or something.
But it's really sad. Like I said, Overwatch was not the best thing ever, but it was interesting. Character designs were pretty sweet.
It's
Black Widow, Tracer.
I guess. No. I was gonna say what kind of bothers me a little bit is like, they get all this backlash for what they're doing, but then what their PR move is to, hey, do you know that game that you love? Like Diablo or Warcraft. Well, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know we weren't gonna do it before because you guys were complaining because we want to do mobile games. But no, you guys get it. You guys are gonna get it this time.
Just maybe forget about everything else that's happening behind the scenes.
Like, no, don't get me wrong. It's awesome. It looks cool. I love the graphics and all that stuff. But hey, you know what you did.
Yeah, this doesn't change things.
It's like
who is it that's the issue with them? Tencent, right?
Yeah, it's that big company in China.
Yeah, Tencent. They're ruining a lot of companies right now. But I don't know.
And to think, it's like, it's like a bad ex-girlfriend to come back. It's like, do you remember that time I fucked you over? Well, here's that thing you like. Take me back.
Remember that time that I cheated on you? Here's that brand new PS5 that you've been wanting. Take me back. Like,
we're sorry. Like, come on, like just like a year ago, I think. The next Diablo game was supposed to be a mobile game, and your demographic are all PC gamers, and like the Blizzard Q&A panel was just.
That was sad.
It was gold. Like that first guy to come up and be like, "Is this an early April Fool's joke? Yeah. Is this an April Fool's joke?"
Because they're
and then the response was just like, "Oh, you couldn't like, oh, just a bad response. You guys all own phones, do you? Come on." That
was so sad. I feel bad for the announcer, dude.
I know,
but
I know.
Again. That's what happens when you give yourself to a company that's only goal is to make money. It has nothing to do with your fan base.
At first they weren't there. It's just, I guess, the change of management is what happened.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, it's when Activision bought out Blizzard that's
the whole thing. That's because they are a company that cares about money.
Yeah.
Obviously, when a company takes over another company, they don't make these changes immediate. But it's a gradual thing, and it gets to the point where it becomes blatant and obvious.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, again, just because video games are now in the spotlight doesn't mean these companies should forget their roots. It's the Kunta Kinte of video games, all right?
I just have to smile at that word. We missed you, Kenneth.
Yeah. But watch Kenneth become like the running gag or like the mystery of.
The funny thing is, like, I haven't heard from that guy in a while. He could be dead for all we know.
Who knows who Kenneth even is?
He could be in those protests right now.
Who knows?
Or he could be.
Nah, Kenneth doesn't seem like the kind of dude that would be.
Nah, he wouldn't. He's a cool guy.
Cool.
Or he could have a cop lying on his head right now.
Can't breathe. I got a pain in my chest and I can't breathe. But anyway,
I can't root.
It's yeah. So companies need to remember where they came from and why they are where they are. It is because of the nerddom. The nerddom of gaming is such a embarrassing way to put it, but it's important. When you build a game and you put it together and you spend hours and days and weeks and months and years putting together lore and background and everything, and you make something, and the people, these, especially at the time, people that don't really have much else to do, to be fair, back in the day, fall in love with it so much that they're willing to give not just their money, but their time and their encouragement and their own free advertising of your game.
That's for real estate.
that put you where you're at, and when you come out with a game that your most loyal and dedicated fans have been anticipating forever, and you put it out on a platform or in such a way that I guarantee you, people who were making the mobile version of Diablo knew and were saying something during the meetings like, "Hey, this is probably not a good idea," but they were being ignored because ultimately, no, we want the mobile version. Put it out.
Well, because
it's like, no,
because they've laid that foundation. Because especially with Diablo 3, they had the fucking item shop. Oh my. I've never seen a blatant, like, marketing tactic to get someone to pay more money for a game they already own.
Yeah.
It's... Oof. Like, to think that prices for rare items would go to an absurd amount of, money to the extent of, like, $1,000, $3,000.
It's stupid. What? For what? Digital goods that do absolutely nothing.
I mean,
it's moronic.
I mean, if you look at Counter-Strike, it's like the fucking digital version of a karambit knife is more expensive than the actual fucking knife itself. Yep. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Ugh. What a time we live in, am I right?
To say the least.
To think we're in a time where you can't say what you can't say. Gamers make more money than probably doctors at this point.
Some of them. Yeah.
Some of them. Probably most of them now, especially with this ethos and Twitch.
Definitely a growing trend, yeah.
It's like the state of humanity is like, where is it going? Like, let's close out with this. Where do you think we're going to be in 10 years?
Dead.
Okay. I believe that.
Yeah, we'll touch on that later.
No.
Yeah. I got work tomorrow, buddy.
Yeah, that's work. That works.
But I think what's important to understand is this. Whether you're a gamer or you're maybe somewhat politically involved, or just an average Joe who doesn't really give two craps about anything, understand that, hey, there is a bright side to things. The gaming industry is making leaps and bounds in a lot of different areas. Technology-wise, we got the next gen coming up pretty dang soon by the end of this year, which might be amazing.
Talking about the PS5?
I'm just saying next gen in general. It doesn't matter who it is.
Man, we're already in that generation.
No, we're not.
Just buy a damn computer.
Well, that's different, yeah. but even then, the PS5 so far is being said to be able to do things that even pretty much a lot of computer setups can't do. Supposedly.
I'll wait and see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
watch all the fires that happen in people's homes on Christmas Day.
What? Yeah. And what are these things by any? But I'm asking.
But here, the point is that, listen, things are getting better. There's a lot of crap going on right now, and it seems like all hell is breaking loose, and that the world is just crumbling apart. It's not, everybody. It's a growing pain, and I'm fairly confident that it will result in something much nicer in the future.
Or a meteor just hits the Earth. I'm good with that too.
That too. That works. But until then, just try to chill. Just enjoy. Stop being. Don't be angry with people. Don't be retarded. Just be chill. Enjoy your life. Have a cup of whiskey. Listen, we bought a bottle of whiskey for $80. That was
subpar.
Maybe, yeah.
It was
pretty subpar. And we could sit down and we can be butthurt about it. Or we can kind of laugh and be like, hey, you know what? We tried something new. We screwed up a little bit. It is what it is. And we live and we learn.
We live and we learn.
So with that, Jan, you wanna close this out?
Yeah. Well, we're at the end of our episode, fellas and gals. So I know you've been watching this beautiful backdrop of the Alaskan footage that Mr. Matilda has. Don't
call me that.
Mr. Matilda has collected, and I'm sure you guys are feeling just as chill and vibed out as we are. And with that being said, this is the Dead Lemons Podcast, signing out.
Have a great night, everybody.